Good morning. I don't know why I scheduled a live for the morning. I am like not quite with it. It's fine. We like to go slow in the mornings. Where's my... Anyways, I'm like, I just barely ate breakfast. Hello. Okay. Oops, sorry. We are gonna stitch some pink today. Get this in my hoop stand. I used my hoop stand for something else last night. And so, hold please. Happy Friday to you. It snowed in Utah again last night, in case anyone is keeping track. We're at inch 1 million. Like, we have just gotten so much snow this year. I'm not complaining. I love snow. And I don't even mind how much we've gotten this year. But also, it's March. It's like the end of March, and we are still getting all the snow. So that's fun. Okay, we are gonna do a whole bunch of colors today. Get all of these out. Okay, are we ready? I am not happy about the snow. I want spring. It is 80 plus in Houston. I was talking to a friend in South Carolina yesterday, and they are like 80-degree weather too. So, I mean, I would love spring. I love spring, but I feel like we just haven't had like a really good snowy year for so long. So, anyways, I've been enjoying it. I am ready for spring though, anytime now. Okay. So let's get started. Let me get my lamp on here and get you flipped around. Whoop, hold on. Okay. Oh, hold on. It will definitely help with the summer droughts. Yes, it should. If anyone starts crying about a drought this year, I don't know. I don't think I can get on board with that. Okay. I think that's good. Okay. So we're going to do this flower here and like the leaves and stuff that are around it. So we're going to start with our dark pink. So for the brights, it is 600. For the pastels, it's going to be 962. So that's what we're going to start with today. All right. Let me cut a length here. I've been trying to decide. I think I want to do all 6 strands. You could definitely do less on this, but I just really love a big chunky flower. Okay, so we are going to do a satin stitch today. So with these flowers, I have a specific way I like to stitch them. I like to stitch kind of a guide for the full thing and then start to fill it in. So I'm going to start up in the middle and go all the way to this. Oh, wait. Hold on. One thing. My phone is not on Do Not Disturb. Hold on. Okay. I usually have a center on these flowers. This one's not gonna have one, but we're not gonna be able to put all of our threads into the middle. And so I'm still gonna kind of keep that. I just want to know where that space is, just so we can kind of have a spot. Okay, so we're gonna go into the center, and then I'm gonna go out to each corner of the petals and stitch that to the edge of like where a center would be. Just because not all of these stitches are gonna fit in the center. It'll be too much for the fabric. So, and then I'm gonna do the same thing for each petal. So I'm gonna come back over here and do this center, into the center, and then the edges. And I'm gonna put these two ending in the same hole so that they're connected. My hoop stand is like, feels wiggly today. So now you could also, since we're not doing anything crazy, you could also like start down here and work your way out. Save a little bit of thread. But we're just creating like a little outline first. Now, if I had thought better, I would have stitched these purple flowers after the pink one, but that's okay. I'm just gonna kind of draw a new line right here. These would have laid nicely over the top, but I don't want to stitch over top of them. So I'm just gonna use a new line. All right, from the center to the middle. You see how that center is already like, has so many stitches in it? Like it's already got 4 in that same hole. And it's about to have a 5th. So after these center ones, I won't put any more in that like middle hole. Like that is all. The rest of them will just go around it. Okay. Now we have that. We're gonna go in and start filling this in. So I'm just gonna go kind of in the center of each one because I wanna make sure I keep like that fanned out look. So we've got like this angle, then straight, then fanned out this way. So I kind of wanna make sure I keep those angles so that they fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come up in the middle of those two and I'm just gonna come down like into the center, but not into the same hole as something else. Just gonna come down into this space down here and do the same thing here. And then start to fill these spaces up. So the end of the petal is supposed to be straight, so those should all be in a straight line. When I'm going between 2 stitches that are already there, sometimes I'll just get my needle and like slide it until it like hits both stitches. So then it's like, I know it's gonna get, the end of it's gonna be like covered up. So this one, I'm just gonna go down a little bit further. Now, if your line up here is not super straight, don't worry. We are gonna do like a straight stitch and cover it up. And then wherever you feel like you need another stitch filled in. So some of these, like, you can just like go down kind of in the middle. And then just like kind of pull it tight so it like goes under these stitches next to it. Then it'll like smooth it out. So this is like almost a satin stitch. Ooh. That's getting hard to pull through there. There's a lot of threads down there. This would also be great with like 4 strands. If you're worried about, once your fabric gets so full of stitches, it gets a little harder to push your needle and pull it through. So if you're worried about that, grab 4 strands. Or 3 strands. I'm gonna do one more. Okay. So there's one petal, and we're just gonna do the same thing for the rest of these guys. I'm definitely gonna need more thread. This is one of my favorite pinks, like this raspberry color. How are you guys feeling about this one? This is one of my favorite flowers. I don't know why, but every time I stitch it, I'm like, oh, you're cute. Hey, Lincoln. I hear my cat wanting to be let in. They think they want to go outside, but it is snowing. And then they start crying to come back in. I've never done this flower. It's super cute. Thanks. We've done it on an older stitch along, like 2 years ago, I think. Normally I have, so we'll do it again over here, but that one will have a center on it. And it's just, that one is a little bit easier because you don't have so many threads going into the middle. Oh, my needle fell, or my thread fell out of my needle. Oh my goodness, come on. Threading my needle, hold on. This thread is too short. Okay, I'll do one more stitch and then I gotta get some more thread out. Oh my gosh, it fell out of my needle again. Okay. Sometimes I'll just go in and like smooth out these strands. Okay. It's like long enough to keep using, but it's not like long enough. It just like keeps falling out of my needles, so If it's out of my needle already, then I'll just tie a knot and then use the end of my needle to just like tie it down close to my fabric. Sorry, this flower takes a little bit longer and I need it finished before I can teach you a pistol stitch. So, sorry, you get to watch me stitch this whole thing. All right, tying a knot. All right, let's try this again. It's getting really hard to pull my needle through now. But if you keep, it's a little bit easier if you're not going like all the way into the center. That's just where all the threads are living. And so it just makes it hard because that fabric is pulled so tight. I'm much slower than you. We'll just keep stitching. Yes, keep stitching. Oh. Pulled out my tail there. Oh my goodness. The thread is not my friend today. Come on. I just said how much I like this color, but I am getting so annoyed with it. Ah! Come on, thread. Let's be friends. It keeps bunching up and creating knots. Okay. 3 petals down, 2 to go. Oh, that's a little bit short. Come on. All right, last one on this petal. All right, last one. Here we go. Try and kind of gauge like how many stitches I think I'm gonna need between these. So like if I want to do like 2 or 3, this one only needed 2, I think. And that'll kind of give me an idea of where I want to go down. Like, do I want to like it's too big of a space for one. So then I move my stitch over just a little so I can fit another one right there. All right, I think one more stitch. Okay, now, if you like the way that your edges look, leave it. It's totally fine. I personally don't. I don't love, well, actually on this flower I kind of do like it, jagged. But anyways, one thing I like to do is to just do like a running stitch along these petals. So if you come up in the corner of a petal, right there, using the same hole, you can just do one straight stitch across the top of those and use the same hole as the other corner and go down. See how it just like instantly like cleans that up? It's just like an instant, like, whoo, pretty clean line. I actually would have been fine leaving this one jagged, but just because my stitches were not in the straightest line, which is fine. Okay. There she is. Okay, let me tie this off and then we will do some little fun details. Okay, now you can pick whatever color you want to do the details in the center of this flower. I'm gonna use black, but you could use your lighter pink, you could use brown, you could use yellow, you can use whatever you want. We're gonna do pistol stitches. I can't think of a time that I've ever taught these, so this might be brand new. If you've done a few stitch alongs with me, you might not have ever seen this one. Okay, so these are similar to a French knot, but what we're gonna do is come up near the center with all of those threads. So I'm right here. Oh, I came up in a bad spot. Okay, I'm also just gonna do a few like just regular straight stitches. So anyways, you can go in, throw in a couple just like straight stitches, just like over top. But I need my needle over here to be able to do this. Okay, oh, whoop, I'm getting shaky. Okay, so what we're gonna do is like we're doing a French knot. I'm gonna wrap it 2 times, but instead of going down right here, like I would with a French knot, I'm gonna go away from it. So I have like a line and then the knot. So I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna wrap it 2 times, and then I'm gonna come down over here, keep it pulled tight. So then you're doing like a straight stitch and a French knot. Oh, I didn't say how many strands. So you're doing a straight stitch and a French knot at the same time. I'm just using 2 strands. So I just had a leftover piece from like her face that I'm just using. So I'm just using 2 strands. If you want to use one, this would be a little bit more delicate. If you want to use 3, it would be like chunkier. So come up somewhere in the middle, wrap once or twice, put your needle down, pull it tight. If you don't keep it pulled tight, then you get like a little loop right here. Mine didn't lay flat. That's okay. And then I'm just gonna go in and just throw in a few just regular straight stitches. You could do all of these as pistol stitches, or if you're not loving them, I think we did them in the pumpkin stitch along, didn't we? I don't remember. That was a lot of stitches. It's very possible. We did a lot of stitches on that one. Like so many. I'll have one of these over here. See, but like this would be super cute with like all kinds of different colors of centers, whatever you want to do for your flower. I'm going to do some a little higher up and not go all the way to the center. Might be almost good. Let me throw in just like 2 more. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna do one more. I don't like that I can see white right here. So I'm just gonna do one more. Cover up that little spot. Okay. So cute. I lied. I'm gonna keep looking at it and do another one. Well, I didn't like that. Better, maybe. Okay. So that's what we've got going on with that. Let me tie this off and then we will do a few more little things around this flower. Okay. If you loved the pistol stitch, you can do a pistol stitch for these as well. I'm gonna grab yellow. So for the brights, this is 726, and for the pastels, it's 3078. So I would say practice a pistol stitch here where kind of the other stitches will kind of cover up any mistakes, like that one that I had that's kind of bumpy. Like the stitches around it will kind of cover it up. So if you decide that you love them, then you can do them on the side. And if you don't love them, then you don't have to. All right, so I've got 3 strands of yellow. I'm just gonna go right here. I'm gonna kind of come up under that stitch. So I'm gonna kind of come up at an angle and kind of push it out of the way and make sure I haven't grabbed onto any threads. So I think I said, but I have 3 strands, and then I'm just gonna come out here. This is one that you really do, oh man, need to keep it pulled like pretty tight. Shoot, my thread hates me today. Oh my gosh, you guys. I pulled that knot all the way through my fabric. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's try again. That was fun. Don't let your thread get twisted. All right. So I'm gonna wrap it twice. Pull a little slower, Heather. There we go. I'm just gonna do 3 little ones. So if you are not loving the pistol stitch, you could do a straight stitch with a French knot at the end. You could just do a straight stitch with nothing at the end. That is all totally fine as well. Okay, now let's do some little leaves. I have them as the darker green that we used for this vine here. So if you're doing the brights, it's 701 and the pastels is 3347. And we're gonna do a detached chain stitch like we did yesterday. So I've got 3 strands that's just like a leftover piece from below. This is why I tell you to hold on to your little scraps, because we'll just use them. Okay. So we're just gonna come up and do our leaves. So I just came up right in between those petals, and then I'm gonna go down in the same spot, except try not to grab my knot. And then come up at the end. And then tack that down. This one is looking kind of tropical, huh? Okay, now I don't want to pull my needle. Well, I guess I could. That's not bad. Okay, never mind. Let me show you what I was gonna do. So because I ended up here and I'm gonna come over here, sometimes I'll just like flip this over and weave through a stitch down here. And then I'll come over, because that'll hide my trailing thread a little bit better. And then I can do this second little leaf. Okay. That's it. She's got some tropical vibes with that one. Shaky. What do we think? I like it. I think that's fun. I think I probably could have done one strand. But I like it. Looks amazing. Thanks. I'm excited to see your guys's. I'm especially excited to see other colors that people have done. So check out my stories. If people share them with me, I will share them with you. Okay, friends. That is it for me today. So next week we will start with something else. We'll either do this big one in the middle or this one on the side. We'll do one of these on Monday. So enjoy your weekend. Let me know if you have questions over the weekend and I would love to help you. So anyways, I will see you again Monday. We will move back to the afternoon at 1 o'clock. See you then. Bye.